Whenever I have to remind myself to dream with audacity, I watch the character of Peggy Olson from Mad Men. Peggy Olson turns her life around from being a secretary to one of the leading, most respected copywriters, creative directors in New York ad agencies in 1960s. It was a time when all a world could offer a woman was be a secretary and nothing else. It was a time when women could not even have their own bank accounts, let alone a career. But Peggy Olson, she dares to dream. She is steadfast, she believes in herself. And not only does she become one of the best copywriters of the biggest brands of that time, but she becomes the most respected one. And this is one of the baddest characters I've ever watched, and it's so close to my heart because it reminds me that I need to have the audacity to dream. And your audacity to dream is what really defines your life. I think being realistic is such a sorry way to live your life. And I think, all of us should be delusional because if we look at the world and if we look at people who made big changes, they always had a dream. They always had a dream beyond, what they could see around themselves. And somehow life made that dream possible. And I see it around me as well. When I was younger and, I would like have friends around me, I had a group of friends who would just like really dream out loud, dream big. I used to think that they're crazy. But now when I look back, at life, those friends who would just daydream all the time, they ended up doing more things in life. They ended up having more joy in life. They ended up having more things happening to them in life. Versus my other friends, they were smart, intelligent, skill wise, they were ahead of other people. But when it came to self belief, when it came to believing in themselves, they thought they could only earn it through performance, by doing well in exam, by, topping something, by being number one. And when life challenged them, they gave up. They crumbled down. Why? Because their entire sense of self was based on their own performance. And I think that's a very, very sad way to live your life. And I don't think that is how life is to be lived. Life for us as human beings is to like really believe in something, like really believe in bigger things, and and making it happen, believing in them first. When you believe in it, it happens as well. I don't know how some of you believe in God, universe, manifestation, but what I know for sure is that it happens. And this is what happened to me when I decided that I'm going to post videos on YouTube. And I've been trying to do it. I've been thinking about it for more than 2.5 years. And a part of me would get scared. And I would think to myself, oh, it's just like, just leave it. I'm not good anyways. And then I remembered when I was a 21, 22-year old and I wanted to have my own business. And at that time, I had no idea how I'm gonna do it. But I just had this delusional faith that something is gonna work out for me. And it did. It did. I learned the online skills. I became a marketing consultant and I started getting clients from all over the world, from a small town, from an obscure part of the world, just being on the internet, you know. I had my financial freedom, my time freedom, location freedom. And then I thought to myself, why am I doubting myself now? Why? And this is just a small example. But the point I'm trying to make is that you could be anything that you want. But what you really, really have to master is to think more about all the wonderful things that you could be. And and don't focus on the things that haven't worked out for you. Just daydream with focus, with attention. Visualization, daydream with focus and attention. It really, something changes inside your body. If I have to explain it in simple way, you know how when you go to gym and you work out constantly, and through that workout it doesn't change your body but it also builds your confidence in a way. In the same way, when you visualize the best things for yourself, something inside you changes and you always expect the best for yourself. And that is what I want to remind you, and that is what I want to remind myself as well. All the best things are happening for you, all the great things are happening for you, but don't stop dreaming. Have that courage to dream the best for yourself. Take the best possible scenario, take the best possible picture that you have for yourself, and keep dreaming about it. The funny thing is that now I find it so hard to hang out with people who are like really logical and practical. I just can't hang out with them because my entire body, mind, body, soul, it does not operate that way. Like, I love to meet delusional people who believe in things that I would think is so impossible at that moment. But 2, 3, 4 years down the line, it has happened. And, that is the energy I love to be in. So, if this video reminds you of something, is that your life is going to be so interesting only if you have the audacity to dream. Love you all so much, and do let me know if you dream big or if you dream small. What's your life experience like?